My name is Chika Ezenwaka. I reside in Canada, and my educational background started with sociology. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in sociology, but over time I realized that I was uh, very interested in talking with people, or I was like their go-to person. They always people always approached me for advice. I worked in industrial relations and personnel management for 10 years, or should I say 11, before coming here, and people always wanted to get my own opinion. And so I found out, okay, I think I have a way with people. So I decided to take this a bit further and explore that passion. So I delved into counseling psychology, and I've loved it all the way. I'm an intern student. I'm a Yorkville student and an intern with Lati Wellness Group, and I have so far. It has been a wonderful program. It has been a wonderful journey, and I am still on it. So. Uh, these days I don't have a lot of free time, but if I happen to have any, I love to spend a lot of time with my daughter, because everything I do, my entire life revolves around her. So we like to watch movies together, travel together if we have the time and the resources. I love meeting people. I love going out. I love staying around with my family and just talking and talking and talking. So basically, my free time, I spend it with family, my daughter, my siblings. And, if I can, I throw in some good movies. What sets me apart, what's the benefits of working with me as a therapist, is my very unique and authentic intersectional identity. I am Black, I'm a woman, I'm an immigrant, I'm a mother, I'm a single mother, I'm a therapist. So I have lots of identities intersecting, and that means I can relate on any front. I can relate as a cultural person, I can relate as a non-cultural person, I can relate as a mother, I can relate as a parent, I can relate on any front. You understand? All I need to do is to continue to listen, practice active listening. When you have a client, you have to really listen to their stories and let them know that they are heard and they are understood. And I'm committed to cultural humility. I have my own culture, and I know that mine is not the best. It's not all knowing. It's not all encompassing. So I'm willing to learn from the other person's culture. So I think my intersectional identity is what makes me a unique therapist, and people can relate with me on different fronts. When describing my therapeutic approach to clients, from is it for every client, varying backgrounds and all, I would emphasize on a collaborative, client-centered, dynamic, grounded, therapeutic approach, also grounded in respect, empathy, and validation for the client's experiences. I like to communicate that therapy is a personalized journey tailored to their own values, their own beliefs, their own goals. And I would continue to adapt my strategies and my techniques to meet their evolving needs. I am willing to gain experience with every client, all manner of clients, children, adults, regardless of the challenge they're experiencing. But while I was studying, during my coursework, I found out that I had a passion for immigrants, because I'm an immigrant myself, and I know what I went through when I initially got to Canada. I had anxiety, I was getting into depression, I was scared, I was alone, and I had to do a lot of self-talk, self-reflection, talking myself out of it, and it was hard. So I find myself gravitating towards the plight of immigrants, and they cover all populations. We have children immigrants, adult immigrants, so we have those suffering from depression or going through anxiety or ADHD, or, we have, so immigrants, I gravitate towards them, and they have everything. So I think it's an all encompassing population, but I am willing to work with anybody and everybody. I'm I'm willing to gain all the experience, soak up all the knowledge as much as I can. Okay, so like I said earlier, as much as I gravitate towards immigrants, and they are Black, they are women, they are men, they are Caucasians, Hispanics, people from everywhere in the world. They are single moms, because I'm a single mom as well, and so I find that a thoughtful balance of cultural humility, engagement, personalized strategies rooted in both evidence-based practices and respect for their very unique experiences, and I would always remain mindful of their, you know, of the therapeutic interventions I'm going to have to use, because it has to be adapted to the specific clients. It has to culturally resonate with them. It has to be contextual in terms of their unique experiences, their backgrounds, and lived realities. So I intend to always try to make sure I understand that client's experience, and then try to see how I can, tune up an intervention, add some more, take out some, and, even do a mix, like a cocktail of interventions. As long as it's what's going to benefit that client, I'm going to do it. During my coursework, I always gravitated towards CBT, which is cognitive behavioral therapy. I always considered myself a CBT person. But towards the end of my coursework, I found out that I started developing this interest and likeness for SFBT, which is solution focused based therapy, and I really liked it so much. And it could also be adapted with CBT as well. So I am interested in those two, but I'm also interested in somatic interventions, motivational interviewing, internal family systems interventions. I want to know a lot, or should I say, about all these other ones, because if I'm going to be doing a cocktail of interventions, you have to have them at your fingertips. You have to know what to use that will resonate with the clients. And most importantly, if I'm lost, if I don't know what to do, I can always consult, because I don't know it all. Nobody does. So I can always ask my supervisor. First of all, it's a passion. I find you have to have passion for it in order to really thrive. And when I say thrive, I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about your ability to help people. You want people to always say, "Oh, I recommend that counselor. She's really good. She knows what she's doing," and you're going to feel like you were heard. So mental health gives you that as that platform to help. But then it's now personal, it's now individual. So I enjoy the mental health field because it gives you a wide platform to help people, but that help must come from deep within. And that is what we're here to keep growing and to keep working on, to make sure we are the go-to counselors eventually. That's a very good question. A lot of it have been theoretical in my mind before now, but burnout is real. I think I've experienced it a couple of times, but as an African woman, I keep pushing. We have to do it. We have to get it. Yes, it took me some time to say stop, because your whole body is hurting, your mind is hurting, your brain is hurting. So it took me some time to actually know that what I was experiencing was burnout. I was exhausted. So how do I stay on top of my game? I have learned to, one, take a break, breathe, know that, yes, if you take 30 minutes to rest, the person won't die. Yes, just take 30 minutes. If you're very tired, rest. Listen to your body and just rest, because you don't want to drop dead. That's number one. Secondly, I intend to do things I love most, which is go out, watch movies, just lie down, lounge with my daughter, do a lot of reflection, ask myself questions, keep talking to myself, just eat. I eat when I'm stressed or when I'm relaxing. I eat all the time. So yes, go to where I see food. It helps me relax, and things I just love doing. Yeah, that's what I intend to keep working on. But most importantly, realize when I'm burnt out or when I'm getting to that part of being burnt out and then stop. Take a step back and, you know, take care of yourself. Self-help,
Correct.
self-care. Yes. First of all, I'll tell the person, let's start slowly because, like you mentioned, the background, that is my background as well. Uh, Therapy is actually a taboo and everything is based on the church. When I encounter such a client going through that conflict in their mind, I start small by letting the person know that, what, you're just here to talk. Let's not, this is a therapy session in reality, but it's not a therapy session. Just talk. Just tell me what it is you're finding difficult. Where do you think, at what point did you start finding things difficult? Just talk, you know. So in that case, I would probably just talk with the person for about 2 or 3 sessions. Get the person comfortable, get the person to feel safe to share, get the person to understand that, hey, it's not a taboo to actually see a counselor. It's not bad. When the person gradually, and it doesn't take one session, when the person gradually gets to understand that, then gradually we start introducing other aspects, which involves setting treatment goals, interventions, homeworks, we just gradually bring them in. But I would not overwhelm that client on the first day or the second day, or probably not even on the third. Yeah.